Hello there. Welcome into the inaugural Heart Men's Lacrosse Media Day. My name is Jillian Carroll. Men's Lacrosse is the newest championship sport sponsored by the Heart of America Athletic Conference. And we are excited to be joined today by head coach of the Benedictine College Ravens, Billy Deneen, and also with one of the players today, Ben Schwartz. Guys, thanks so much for your time. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, doing excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate the opportunity to get to know you and hear your excitement for the upcoming season. So, Coach, I'm going to start with you. Year one for you at Benedictine. You just came on in September. How's it going? How have these months been? Are you feeling settled yet?
It's been a lot of craziness, but it's been the team has been excellent with me. Administration's been great, helping me kind of get my feet wet and feel more comfortable as the days and months have gone by. So, and I have this man right next to me, one of my captains, who's really helped ease that transition and make it as easy as possible. So.
Very cool. And Ben, coming to you, how did the guys welcome in Coach, and how are things going so far for you guys?
You know, we've had a couple of guys that knew Coach before he came in, and so that helped a lot. Especially with their story about him and how he helped with the program with his previous school. And so it was really exciting for us to have somebody in here that really wants to build the culture here at Benedictine.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting. And Ben, coming off, you guys had a thrilling 10-8 conference tournament championship game last season on your home turf, which is always more fun. How awesome of an experience was that for you and your team?
You know, it was super exciting to get our second conference championship. And so it was great to be a part of that, obviously, but we're looking forward to this next year to get our first Heart championship. So that's the next thing on our plate right now.
Love that. Love that. You already answered one of my questions. Thank you. Goals for the season. But Ben, you guys are headed to Pensacola, Florida for the NAIA National Invitational. What do you hope the team takes into that experience coming out of a pretty successful last year?
I'm hoping that we learn how to compete against the highest level of competition in the country, and that we can work together as a team and win the games.
Yeah, for sure. And how would you say preseason is going so far? You guys feel pretty prepared?
Yeah, I think we've had a great fall ball, and then into this beginning of the spring season, we've had some really good practices, and our intensity is high, and everybody's hungry. I know that everybody's ready for the season.
Yeah, Coach, how are you feeling? What are some things that you have liked from the squad so far?
I've liked building our culture. It's slowly but surely our culture is changing and shifting in a positive direction. And secondly, I've loved watching them, slowly build that camaraderie and that chemistry. I think that's the biggest thing that as a coach you take away is how can I help them build relationships so they're successful on and off the field. So I've noticed the guys are just giving me 100% in the classroom, on the field, and that's really all I can ask as a coach. So
yeah. And then getting things started February 23rd against St. Mary's. Talk a little bit about your thoughts and preparation for that matchup.
It's a lot of bittersweet feelings for me because I am a St. Mary alumni. So going up against my alma mater is it's always fun, always exciting. But how we're just going to that game, we're just preparing like we would prepare for every other game, and full intensity in practice. And I think if you practice as hard as you play, the games come easy. So
yeah, that's like the reward, right? The game.
Yep.
Ben, how are you feeling about that matchup and how you're going to lead the team preparing up until that match?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know everybody's really excited to get the season rolling and actually play against somebody that's not on our own team, have some competition outside. So I know it'll be good for everybody, and hopefully we can take it as a really good learning experience, and we can bring it into that momentum into our spring break trip, which will be 3 of the top 10 teams. So it'll be an intense trip. So that's what we're looking forward to with that.
Very cool. So Coach, coming back here to you, for fans that might not be too familiar, men's lacrosse is still in the invitational status, not quite the championship status like women's lacrosse in the NAIA. Can you describe that for us and how many teams it will take for men's lacrosse to move into championship status for NAIA?
It will take us to get to 40 to be championship status. So we've kind of fluctuated between 32 and 35 pretty healthily over the last couple of years. And so, and so it makes it difficult for us to get to that status if schools are adding and not kind of thinking about the financial costs of adding lacrosse, because it is a very expensive sport to start and to maintain. So I'm just looking forward to the next couple of years, more schools in the Kansas City area, hopefully realizing what lacrosse can bring to their campus, and adding teams, because it is a great sport and it's got a lot of room for growth in our league for sure.
Yeah. I think you bring up a good point there as far as the growth of this game has been immense. In regard to Benedictine's growth, moving into the Heart, how are you feeling about just being a part of that well-established conference and maybe some of the competition level that you are going to see?
I think it's excellent that we joined the Heart, and I love what the conference as a whole stands for and how they're really trying to make it feel like NCAA type championships for our student athletes, which is what they deserve when they put in all this blood, sweat, and tears to get to where they're going. So I'm really excited about the Heart move, and I think it's in our best interest for sure. So
very cool. And Ben, I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe some of the team's thoughts when you all learned that you were going to transition into playing in the Heart, just kind of your guys' reaction.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was very excited because every other sport of their school is a Heart sport. So it's sort of moving into this being as a part of the same conference as the rest of the school gives us a little bit more validation. It feels like we're all competing together now.
Yeah, very cool. And again, conference championship tournament last year, big victory over St. Ambrose. That had to be very exciting. Is that going to provide some momentum going into this year for you guys as you make the jump into the Heart?
Yeah, so we kept a lot of our roster from last year, but we also brought in a lot of new guys too who weren't part of that. So I do think that we'll carry a lot of the momentum over from that game. We learned a lot from that too. And I think that the lessons that the older guys learned from that can be passed on to the younger guys, and hopefully that momentum can be carried to this season.
Yeah, very cool. And you just carried right into my next question. So thank you, Ben. Coach, a couple of newcomers. Are you excited to add them to the team?
Yeah, absolutely. We had 2 scrimmages during the fall. We didn't get the results we wanted, but I got to see some really good things from our younger guys as far as what they can bring to the team and the talents and abilities they have. So I definitely see some of our freshmen getting some serious minutes because they've proven over the fall and the start of the spring that they deserve to be there. So awesome. Very excited to see it.
Yeah, and that always brings a friendly level of competition, right? So that's always fun. Then before we let you slip away, just real quick, a little bit about you, where you're from and kind of how your lacrosse journey brought you to Benedictine.
Yeah, so in high school, I lived in Illinois in a suburb of Chicago. I went to Marmion Academy. That's where I started playing lacrosse as a freshman there. Played 4 years there. I was a captain 3 years. Got recruited to Benedictine. Loved the campus on my visit. Loved the coach. Loved the team, the guys. And I'm a mechanical engineering major, and having a fully accredited program here that Benedictine does is rare for small schools. And so that combination is exactly what I was looking for. And that landed me here where, like I said, I'm studying mechanical engineering now. I'm also majoring in engineering physics, and I am a 5th year. This is my 2nd year being a captain, and just looking forward to this last senior season for me.
Very cool. Well, Coach Ben, really appreciate your time today. Welcome to the Heart. Best of luck in 2023. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it. Have a great day.